You talked about away teams, feeding off the energy of your home crowd. Is it kind of the opposite? Do you have to make sure that you're bringing your own energy into a game where it's the smallest crowd in the league?
Again, for us, it's part of just us staying focused on what we need to do. So it's bringing our energy into the game because we want to get a result. We're undefeated on the road. We'd like to stay undefeated on the road. I'd like to get another win on the road if we can. But we also know Chivas is going to be a more difficult opponent than they have been in the past. And, so we have to be prepared for everything. And we have to be prepared to bring our concentration into the game because the crowd's not necessarily going to provide that.
When it's still early in the season, I know some coaches buy into this, some believe it's myth. Early in the season, more road games, seems to come together a little bit easier. Do you buy into that?
Obviously with preseason, where we go away for preseason, that helps our team bond and get together as well. Sometimes it's nice to get on the road because and you get rid of all the distractions. We have a lot of players on our team that seem to have a lot of young kids, so I think sometimes being on the road means they get better sleep. So that's a positive side of it as well. But it's also sometimes when you go on the road, it's that feeling of unity and togetherness that happens because it's sort of us against the world. And our fans travel pretty well, so we always have a nice collection of fans there, and so that provides some motivation for us as well.
You guys have had the late game heroics as of recently. That's good, but a lot of coaches might go, well, I'd rather not be in that position in the first place. I don't know. Beggars can't be choosers, maybe?
Well, at the end of the day, you want to win the game. So if we win it late or we win it early, doesn't matter to me. San Jose a couple of years ago won a supporter shield by winning games late all season. So, what's good about it is that we have the character and we have the attitude and the knowledge that we know that we can come back if that situation presents itself. But we want to definitely clean up what we're doing defensively, not give up as many goals as we've been giving up.
What makes Chivas tougher this year than in years past?
They're better organized and they got better players. The addition of players like Mauro Rosales. Torres is back for his first full season, and he's a quality player. Barrera, another guy they added, is a good player. Pelleteri, the Argentinian they added in midfield, was a midfielder we were looking at as well. So they've added definitely some good quality players in that regard. Bocanegra is now there for the start of the season, and Wilmer Cabrera's got good experiences, had a good experience as the assistant at Colorado. So they're a lot more organized, a lot more disciplined.
It's going to be strange to see Mauro on the other side of the field.
Yeah, it'll be strange. We'll say hello. I'm sure he won't. We won't hug him until after the game. But he was a fabric of this team for 3 years, and his quality as a player, but also his quality as a human being was something that we'll never forget and will always be appreciated here.
Sean Okoli and Jordan Morris got called into the U.S. national team. What can you say about those guys?
Well, it's a great honor for both of them. For Sean, it's his first year with us, and so for him to get that opportunity, he was in and out with the under-20 team under Tab, so now he gets an opportunity to show again what he's doing. It's also a good situation for Jordan, to get back into the mix as he prepares for his second year at Stanford. But he's definitely a player that we think has a very bright future.
He's one of only a few college players that are on that team. What does that say about him and what he's able to do on the field?
He's got good quality and does well. And when Jurgen and I were speaking, he was saying, who was that guy? Remember, we brought him in before and we said, oh, it's Jordan Morris. And he goes, oh, yeah. And so him and Tab obviously talked about it, decided to bring him in again. But he's a player, his focus when he's in the game is very, very good. I know his college coach thinks very highly of him, expects him to have a big season for them this year. And obviously he helped them in his freshman year get to the playoffs and do well.
Doing better. How's Andy doing, and is he okay to travel?
Andy's doing all right. He's okay to travel as well.
Have you set a surgery date for Kevin, or has that been taken care of?
I think there'll be an announcement, but the surgery date I think is Tuesday. So he's going in because his swelling has gone down. His range of motion is back to it's almost full, and that's what we wanted it to be before the surgery. Because the better you are that way, the better you'll deal with the surgery. So.
When you have 3 road games scheduled and then 3 home games following it, is that a difficulty? Is that something you probably not like to have, in the schedule, or is there anything we can?
I've long given up on the MLS schedule. Trying to figure it out, and it's confusing. I also don't understand how there's some teams that you've played, you're home and away with them by the time you've reached your 8th game of the season, and there's other teams that you haven't seen until you play your 20th game of the season. So it just goes back and forth. So we're on the road right now. We know that we'll end up at the end of the year with the same amount of home games as road games, and our home streak is all in a week, so it's not like we get a lot of time at home. It's just a week at home, but we're looking forward to that as well. But right now, our focus and our full attention is on Chivas on Saturday.
Thank you. Thanks, Coach.